really happy and proud of that locker room. We've been through a lot, right? Long season, some downs, some disappointment, but definitely frustration, but really proud of them as they continue to battle. Went to work, played and practiced with energy, and so happy for them to come out with a win like they did. I thought the game, had some back and forth. Obviously, the first half, fourth down stop defensively. I thought first half, that separator or the end of the half, unless you execute the 2-minute drive, so you go in it, I think it's 24-7 at halftime. And then talk to them at halftime. We're going to still need to score. These guys are explosive. The quarterback was in the ninth rhythm, and that played out in the third quarter. But couldn't have been it was moving for our sideline when Cadillac takes that back to the house on kickoff return. I mean, for what he has continued to battle, overcome setback early physically, that he couldn't play off the field, all of it, and for him to not go down and take that back, that was a huge lift for our sideline. And then we just kind of continued to hold on, get fourth down stop defensively, and then fourth down for us offensively to be able to separate the thing to 2 scores was huge. And so just really happy and proud for that locker room.
Lindsay?
Jonathan, the shirtless Spartans were at it again, carrying over from the Penn State game. What message would you have for them, or just specifically for the Michigan State fan base at this point right now?
Look, I'd say that proud of the group, like I said, happy for these guys to go through tough times, short on the scoreboard repeatedly. I think the group shows that they continue to play hard and all of that. Yeah, there's gonna be conversation. The season now is over. We got to do it better than we've done it this year, without question, and we're ready to work to do that.
Thank you.
Chris?
I'm wondering if you've talked to J-Pat, and if you have an idea yet on your future beyond tonight.
We continue to conversate through the week. I'm sure we'll begin talking again in the coming days.
Do you know if you will be back or not yet?
Don't have that.
Matt?
Jonathan, what was your message to the team in the locker room post game, and with 2 months of losing?
Yeah, just like kind of what I'm telling you, proud, happy for them. Game ball to Cadillac. I mean, I thought he spoke really well to the group, talking about the adversity, and yeah, this game is really important, but you can overcome in life. I continue to credit the leadership on this. Sam takes over, leads us through the fight song. So, the reason these guys continue to play and work was the leadership. I've been saying it from this locker room. I think about guys like that: Sam, Jordan Hall, Quindarius Dunnigan, Matt Goldman, who couldn't go tonight, but he was still, locked in and helping us.
Yes, but do you think it's, I know your players are focused, everybody's on the game, but do you think it's fair to be at the end of the season and not know whether you're coming back, the staff coming back, the players, all that stuff?
I don't know what's fair too. I think that you evaluate a complete year as you look at things, and so in this day and age, look, the guys continue to go, and we came out on top tonight.
Chris?
Jonathan, I'm wondering about the emotions of all of this. It's been obviously a loud conversation, and I don't know if you heard the chants in the stand, but going through Thanksgiving week with your family and everything, like, how have you tried to maybe keep football, keep the main thing, as you would say?
You do. You continue the main thing of going to work and all that. It's still deep respect and locked in on the group around, right? And so we're doing this together. I credit the staff and the professionalism as they've approached things, and again, the leadership. This is still, the game of football, it's such a team game, the group of them staying together, fighting through, coming up short, and we came out on top tonight.
What did it mean for you to hear the fight song at the end of the win?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, and it really just is, especially I go back to these players, but it was great because we practiced that thing weekly on Fridays, preparing for to be able to sing it on Saturday, so it's great.
Warren?
Back here, Coach. Final stretch of the season after you make your quarterback change, what can you tell us about the progress you've seen of Alessio both on the field and also in the locker room?
Yeah, I do. I think he showed progression over his starts. I think he showed his toughness, and I think he earned respect in the locker room. Each week, I thought he was in total command tonight in regards to where the ball needed to be going. You didn't see a lot of forced throws. He did get protected better tonight, and he can be dangerous. And I think it showed we can be dangerous at receiver and some of these guys in space with the ball.
Matt?
The late fourth down and deciding not to try and kick the field goal and go for it. I guess what went behind that decision? Were you pretty firm, like we're gonna take?
No, I was a little back and forth, because it turned into 4th and 7, the play previous to it, you guys saw us, we ran the ball to try to get it to a more favorable 4th down, because we wanted to be able to separate it to 2 scores. I mean, these guys had thrown for 400 whatever yards at that moment, 2 scores, felt strongly that that was our best avenue to, to win the game. And then, we get stuffed on the run, so it turns into about 4th and 7, that's a tough one to swallow. But at the same time, you give them the ball at the 10. If we don't get it, the ball's about the 10. They got to go 90, and at field goal, you still got a chance to win the thing in overtime. But obviously, I'm pleased it worked out.
Jonathan, if you were to sort of make the case for yourself as the coach here, what would it be?
Yeah, I did. Some of the things I say, I think we got a group that continues to work, and stays on task when it's not always easy. We can do hard things. A guy that is not over dramatic, but I'll tell you, I think we're pretty tough as a group on this year, looking at this year.
Go Rico and then Jim.
Coach, since you don't know exactly what your status is gonna be, now that the season is over, let's just say for next year, what do you tell Spartan fans? What can they look forward to from this team for next year?
Well, I do think we got some young players that are contributing in a big way, and they've got bright future. We've talked about Alessio. I look at the starting lineup out of the offensive line tonight, redshirt freshman, and the body blows there. Flip it on the other side, and looking at Aiden West is a true freshman going around and making plays. There's guys. Brandon Tullis had another good game, some tough carries. The guy's a true sophomore, so there's some young, good talent on the team.
Jim.
Cooper Chirp started today, the walk-on.
Yeah.
How did you, offensive line was pretty solid, how did you play?
Again, I didn't digest the tape, but I was really happy for him. I think it was another story. We talked about it Friday night as a team of guys, signing up, working, wasn't starting, and continued to stay consistent. I think about Avion Gross seals the game with the interception, similar story. And we actually highlighted a couple of those guys Friday night, and a lot of them came through today, and Coop did.
Cooper and Brocious had to go pretty much all the game also, the first time he's done that. How's he been like the season, half part of the offense?
Yeah, Brocious did. Caleb was down. Coop wasn't able to make it. And we worked through some kinks. I mean, we had too many false starts up front and all of that, but I thought really the front 5, the O-line battled throughout the night.
Steven.
Jonathan, yeah, on paper and in a time 3-9, 4-8 might not be a big difference, but your experience in the game, is this one win a difference?
It does. Let's face it, over in the league versus 1, there's a difference.
Do you feel like you're better than the record?
I think the record is factual in regards to you won or you lost the game. I think there's plenty of coach get up here. We could have won if this would have taken place, right? And we did. We were up, the last 3 games, 2 of the last 3, we were up under 2 minutes. Could we have won those games? Yeah. But I think the record is what the record is.
Steven, were you done?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, like, your memory of this team then, where my gut, like, what they did, where it started, where it finished, all that, like, how you remember this season as a block of your career?
Yeah, durability. I go back to leadership when things are hard. Displayed some character and sticking together type thing. I think again, I go back to this leadership. Sam Edwards, I mentioned those names again. Cadillac's story. Elijah Tolliver playing his best football at the end of the year. Started as the 3rd stringer, working through it O-line. Multiple guys trying to contribute. I think about the character displayed by the group.
Chris.
You mentioned about some of the younger guys. I wanted to ask you about some of the younger guys on the offensive line and how you felt they gelled there a little bit. I think obviously you got a number of guys in, but you also were able to get Collier in, and looked like you got Williams in there for
Bryson
carry too.
Yeah, Collier intentional on that one. I think he's a natural punt returner, true freshman, but we wanted to give him a chance. Voss got in there in the punt, we had to redo and whatnot. There's a couple of guys that did that. Bryson's going to be a really good player. Mentioned him back to some of the younger talent on the team. I thought he had good contributions. Again, played 4 games, so he can redshirt and stuff. But there's some guys that went through a redshirt year you didn't see much of. I think Bryson and Charles Taplin had a catch against Minnesota, but he's going to have a chance to be a good player.
Far side.
Jonathan, after Mulray had his helmet ripped off and kind of came off the sideline, and he got, I think, 2 targets in that sequence there. Was that kind of intentional, or was that just where the ball ended up? And obviously, Alessio said he had to bring himself in and be under control?
It was emotional, Chippy. I think both sides played pretty hard. And yeah, sometimes these games, especially two teams, got some built-up frustration. Let's face it. I thought the officials actually controlled it pretty well. There was definitely some talk going on, all that. I think about Amari too. He can make some plays, that huge catch, right, and make a guy miss, and to be able to finish the thing. But it was not flat out intentional after that play.
Gavin was kind of very good teammate moments there.
Yeah, we're all working through, because I don't know in particular on which one you're talking on Gavin on. You're talking about Amari
When he held him
specifically?
back and got him.
Yes, got him back, but I think Gavin had that 15-yarder after he threw the interception.
Anything else? I like that. Steven?
John, Alante is a guy that for you 2 years hasn't done a lot for you on the field, but it seems like you have great respect for him.
I do.
How has that come about? What have you learned about him? What has he meant?
He's always had a strong voice in the locker room, especially in that receiver room, not about himself, competitive, talented, special teams, and even tonight, it wasn't just about a kickoff return, he's running down, trying to cover punt, and all of that. He's always been a great team player.
What did I ask you too about that last defensive drive too, because obviously Jordan had a couple big
The
plays.
short time, the sack, making the guy, Jordan Hall throughout the year, battling injuries, strong voice, really good player and person.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, Coach.